Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
Went by the name.
Deborah, don't be asking me how I'm feeling, because I didn't see you coming on the road yesterday with whatever well, not you, whatever your husband cooked, because you didn't do anything yesterday. So no, I'm not 100 yet, okay? I had ramen for lunch yesterday. Thank you very much. And I have friends. I had ramen, cup soup for lunch yesterday. So it's bad when I had that. Because I love my belly and I love my kitchen. Couldn't even stand to prepare myself a proper meal. So they come this morning, friend, you're feeling better. You and Vikisa. All I got was feel better, not let me come and cook you something. And Vikisa had the testicular fortitude to message me this morning and say to me, let me read the message. Hold on, let me get the message. I don't want to misquote her. Good. Sounding better today, girl, like that ramen soup work. Those are my friends. I say no more. Anyhows, how y'all keep? Everybody good? Yeah, last Monday the police was running behind y'all DJ men to turn off the music to get y'all jab off the street. It was just last week. Can you imagine that? What was I doing around this time? Last Monday. I already got my makeup done. I got my body bronzed. And I think I was catching a 2-hour power nap. Yeah. 11:03. I was trying to get some sleep. Last Monday around this time to join the band on the road. So all we have left now are memories, just memories. We are just outside. Now the folks up England and New York getting ready for their Labor Day and getting ready for Notting Hill Carnival. I haven't done Labor Day in like more than 6 years, 7 years, because after I beat up myself for Carnival, so much nice events, I didn't have the energy to go in the little basements and police come and lock off and y'all playing soca from since King Hatchet was a hammer. Y'all DJs aren't updated. I'm still hearing bouncing low, although nothing's wrong with bouncing low, but it should be part of a set. And then I hear 2023, y'all still giving me over. It's easy to come up the road after hearing In My Head and Middle Finger and Greater and Blacker Than I'm Glad You See in Trouble and Rooney J and Valine and Mr. Wacky and them sweet music and Jab King chopping the line to come up the road and hear Eating Better and them thing. I'm making joke. And y'all finish your madness, I'll go take my vacation. But it's just not the same. And then you go on the parkway and before 1 o'clock, you're looking back and you're seeing street cleaners behind you sweeping up the side and trucks going full speed up Eastern Parkway to get you off. You can't even raise your hand good. By 3 o'clock, it's a wrap. And you have to start ducking for a sweater or something to put over your little costume because it starts to make cold. Auntie's old. I'm not doing that anymore. So for who wasn't able to make it home for Spice Mass or Carnival, enjoy whatever y'all got going on up there. As my friend Ken Roy would say, it's not necessary to even stress about doing that anymore. Because Carnival was just nice, right people, right energy, right vibe, good food, you know. All my VIP experiences were very good except one. One of these days I'll talk about it, but all for now. Morning, Alexander. Morning, Shante. Morning, Crony. Morning, Marianne. Morning, Sonia. No, seriously. Morning, Keisha. Morning, Jackie. I'm okay. Not 100, but I'm getting there. Morning, Betty Ann. Morning. But I can't eat them food. What time you what I could eat? My mouth. I have plates in my mouth. But only soup for you. Like I can't. What do you mean by I can't eat? My teeth in a cup on the side of my bed. Anyways, good morning, Christine. Jay Laborde. Morning, Valerie. Kevin. Morning, Deborah Finley. Kizzy. Listen, I don't even know where I got that flu. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Because normally when you get the flu, right, you will feel it coming on. Like, I got up Tuesday morning, Carnival Tuesday morning, and I just didn't have any voice. And I'm talking and I'm like, what? Like when you're getting the flu, you'll start feeling a little rusty and your throat start feeling achy and your eyes start to itch and your nose. I did not have any of that. Just got up Tuesday morning and found out my voice was just gone. And then I started feeling this heaviness in my throat and just started coughing and, a whole lot of mucus. Like, I'm like, what is this? And like in the daytime, you're okay. But as soon as 6 o'clock hit, it's like when you start like coughing and your body starts like aching. I don't know what they say. What they call it? They call it toot. They say call it farmer. You have all kind of name. I don't get it. Morning, Zoe. Zoe, I gotta call you out today. You're a good friend. And you know what I'm talking about, And the true test of a friend is when your friend is in difficulty, even though whatever the situation may be, you stand by them and then whatever the outcome is, but you still stand by them. A lot of friendships are shaky in that regard. It's when things are good, people are right by your side. And the minute time it starts going left, people start backing back from you to see what's going to take place before they declare their hand as to whether I'm your friend. But I like the fact you did it publicly. We don't have much people doing that, anymore. So I hope that individual is, aware that you got a good friend in her. Jacqueline, good morning. Time for you to leave the rock, please. You have like 48 hours to vamos. We had enough of you. Time for you to leave. Your brother's left already. Why are you still here? You're always the last to leave. Like Easter, Carnival, Christmas. You always, everybody and their brother gone back when they come out. I still see you standing by the road in Springs the other day. I say, what? In Springs Junction. I say, what Jackie doing here still? Time for you to vamos, okay? Go back where you have bought paper for. You don't have bought paper for Grenada. Go back in your place. Still see her standing by the road with bag and side dress. I'm like, where Jackie going? I couldn't even stop to mind her business because I was pressing and somebody was behind me. But I glanced on the left side, stand up by opposite that little food spot. Before you take that road to go back in this cafe or whatever you call on the other side. I see her stand up in the junction there with bag and she side papa and short pants and blouse. You know where she going. Anyways, morning Kizzy. Morning Clarina. Clarina, you look beautiful yesterday. Morning Lydia. Lydia, I'm tired. I'm still under the weather. Morning Vivi. Morning Ingrid. Morning everybody. Do your business, Debbie. You can't help it. Morning, Brand. Morning, Stacy. Morning, Kelvin. Kelvin Jacob, good morning. If I had to give an award for the man who enjoyed himself the most this year, listen, you did. You are the man for 2023. Every event I saw you at, you had a ball of a time. Listen, I never see you had that much fun. They say sometimes things just really hold you back. You came out this year. Saw you had an amazing time at the events, amazing time on the road. Big up yourself, Calvin Jacob. Morning, Kevon. Morning. What the F? You had COVID? So I probably need to. COVID still around? Then you have to run night after night and don't take your rest once. And I was taking so much vitamin C and coconut water. I honestly thought that would do the trick, but Tracy in the UK, big up. Winchon, big up yourself. Spice, Firstly Man, big up. Yeah, Labor Day used to be good back in the day. It's no longer. It's no longer. It's no longer that, man. It's just move quick and fast. Akeem, big up yourself. Big up to all you guys. You know, CJ, I'm drinking everything. I swear, everything and the brother I'm drinking. Something has to work. Morning, Glendolyn. Morning, everybody. Morning, Fatima. So let me move away from the topic at hand. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm not ready to talk about man and woman nonsense yet. For the last week, for the most part, I want to talk to the artists again. Because last week, I saw Making the Wrongs, Temptress song, and the 101 owners of that song. Everybody, their brother, their uncle, parent, and then came out and claiming some rights to this song. Well, I wrote Mr. Golden's in your head. I just didn't want people to know about it, but we had an understanding. I was a part writer. Everybody came out and claiming it. And I think it's a wake-up call because some time ago we had a similar issue with Mr. Legs and was it Mae? What's his face? This Mae, right? Y'all know the song. I can't remember it now, but remember there was an issue with him when somebody in Trinidad wanted to collab on the song, and then the issue of rights came up. And I thought by then we learned our lesson, but obviously we haven't. Obviously, we didn't learn our lesson. It's Mae or somebody. We didn't learn our lesson because here we have a song that, at the end of the day, I think I'm big on credit and giving people credit when they deserve it, right? And again, it's a call for artists to be more au fait with their business, to mind their business. Because you put a song out there, you don't know whether it's going to go left, right, up, or down. But if it so happens that it goes up and keeps going up and up and up, you have to now make sure all your ducks are in a row. Whoever produced, get the credit. Whoever you need to pay, you pay. You make sure everything. And I thought by now, especially with artists who have managers and what have you, these are things you have to make sure to protect your artists. So in 2023, we still should not have this conversation of artists not knowing their rights or somebody producing a song and then laying claim to it, that's my song, and this person didn't pay me. Start getting into the habit of black and white. Whether somebody wrote the song, produced the song, whatever their percentage should be, get that out of the way. Y'all need to seriously stop treating your craft, your art, as a little hobby, a little gig. All it takes is one song to bust you up, and you don't know if that song is going to hit. So don't wait until it actually hits and then you want to put things in place after the fact. Because as mad as we might be at the gentleman laying claim to it, I mean, he has all right. While folks may question the timing because that song has been playing for the past couple of weeks, like from the minute it hit, it has been in constant rotation. The artist has been booked several times on several events, even one a competition with said song, and then came and one road march with another artist, and then everybody know, oh, I wrote, oh, I produced, oh, I did this, oh, I did that. So moving forward, to safeguard yourselves, don't wait until a song about love for culture. And I had to tell Nikki says I own Power FM, but you don't see me taking credits. Right? So you don't have to wait until it happens. Get into the habit of securing your bag. And it's another thing I saw, what's his name? My good friend Yaya, from since yesterday, been going on and on about, artists on your Grenada Day thingy you had yesterday, and he was raising a hissy fit about artists not, giving back and, doing pro bono. And I mean, I saw he made several posts. I ignored them, but this morning I had to like jump in on and ask him, at the end of the day, right? It's a big event every year, Grenada Carriacou and PT Martinique Day. I saw hundreds of people. I saw vendors. So I thought it was like a whole free co. People just walked into the park freely, wherever it was, and free food and free drinks, not knowing there was actually a collection at the gate. But hey, he was saying artists need to do pro bono, and he's upset at artists not giving back. And I had to ask him, like, I could understand if tickets would be bought for said artists you wish to have an event. Yes, it's a non-profit. Yes, it's to recognize Grenada. We love this rock. We love Carriacou, PT Martinique. But if, let us be brutally honest, what does Grenada really do for said artists? Apart from Carnival, where you have couple competitions, if an artist doesn't make it to the finals, he literally doesn't make anything. If he doesn't get booked on shows that are put on by private promoters, he makes absolutely nothing. The body responsible for Carnival, they don't really put on shows outside of Carnival to say, okay, let's book such and such artists and we can pay them. We don't, what we have, the launch. After the launch, we jump straight into competition, and you start getting a little change if you get into the semis, or is it the quarter or the semis, whatever it is, and then finals. So these guys aren't making no pong and krong. Sometimes they could barely pay the man that recording their songs. And I just think sometimes we're very disrespectful when it comes to artists. We don't respect their craft. We don't respect, their time. And yes, you might say, okay, they should make a contribution in the name of art and culture and love for country. Let's be honest. Some can't even afford to do that. So it's like expecting the artist to dip into his pockets, pay for his flight, sort out his own accommodation, and then come on the stage and still perform for free. Now I could understand if it said, okay, well, give us at a discounted price based on the event we're having. But to expect an artist to just come on a stage free, find himself there with his own, some of them can't even buy a little plane ticket to come to just relax for themselves. I think it to be really unfair to expect an artist to just show up and do something for free because it's for Grenada. What does Grenada really do for them apart from, like I said, the two little competitions that we have? It's more the private promoters and we, people who go to these events to see them. Private promoters are the ones who invest in them. I mean, I love rock, I love hair, but to barely have a job as an artist, to just jump plane with their money to perform for free is kind of pushing it. And while the event might be free, although I was told it was not, there are people selling stuff, etc. How about a little contribution for participating? But to expect a man to just take on his own for free, I mean, sometimes we take a piss, you know, because these guys don't really make a lot of money. Very few you see traveling outside of the carnival season. The rest have other jobs that they have to rely on to live. And as much as song might be popular, doesn't mean they make anything much or substantial to talk about. What if there's another conversation, you know, that artists need? And I'm praying for the day that artists can come together as a collective. There is always strength in numbers. One man fighting alone could never see results. Find yourself in some sort of organization, some association, something where you guys can speak with one voice and will not be undermining each other. So, for example, Tom charges 200. You now come back and tell the same promoter, I could do it for 50. How much Tom charge? Well, promoter now, Tom charged me a 150. Now. All right, well, I will do it for 50. No, because without you, there is no event. So if everybody speaks with one voice and say, you know what, we have a board, we have an association, and this is our our fees. You want me for 5 minutes? It's $50. You want me for an hour? Is $1. But it's across the board. If you now want to negotiate based on what the event is, if it's a non-profit or whatever, then we can have that conversation. But with everybody doing their own little thing, their own little price, and then promoters, oh, the man say you could give me for 50, and and the same applies to DJs as well. You know, nothing, absolutely nothing is free. So Grenada Day is now $10 to enter the park. Okay. And the park was full. Where does the money go to from that event though? What does it go back into? Do they do like back to school drives and stuff like that? Like barrels and stuff? They do stuff like that? Like where does the money, because they said it's a non-profit, but I really and honestly thought it was absolutely free. I didn't realize there was a gate charge of $10. I really didn't realize that. I thought it was just an open and everybody walked in and only the vendors, you support the vendors. I didn't realize it was something that you actually paid for. But my point remains, it's time for us to get serious all around. And we can't just continue to point fingers and blame this person, blame that person. Because I've seen artists, Black Adan, for example, reminds me of Shotpree. People would show the little shade and make the little hints, but would not come out and speak on what the issues are. Come together as a collective, and the body responsible for Carnival, request a meeting with them and lay your concerns on the table. But just making little random posts, nobody's going to take you out seriously. Nobody. And that is one of the reasons why Shotpree decided, you know what, I'm no longer giving y'all my energy, because he was always vocal. And I saw Black Adan made some really good points as to some things that can be done to improve the product. But we live in a place that when you speak up, you're marginalized, and I think that's one of the reasons people want to speak, but they don't, because they fear being blacklisted or not being invited to perform. We live in listen, I'm not sure if y'all realize that, like, more I listen to Boise's song, like, more and more every day just resonates with what we actually live in. And when you see a lot of people walking around with their chest high up about love of culture and love of country, no, it's love of self. Because some of the decisions, selfish decisions that some of y'all make, could never be in the interest of country and culture. And there's so much that I could say, but I just can't, because, I mean, this is not mine. But maybe when I start doing my podcast, I can be more open. But If you're involved, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It is not easy. So a lot of the times people want to speak, but the fear of the repercussions is what. A lot of the times they want to, because you see them. It's like you watch their posts and it's like they're busting at the seams to speak, but they're afraid. And that shouldn't be. If we genuinely care about country and culture and all of that, everybody should feel free to speak and not what they say be used against them. Nobody should be given any privilege over the other. Nobody should be kissing nobody's behind. Because we all have one thing in common. We want to see this thing grow. We want better. There are some of us who are genuine about it, and there are others who are just there because it suits their purpose and agenda. Akeem, that's the word I'm looking for. The whole eater food mentality and arrogance is what has us stagnant. And people are afraid to speak because they don't want to be marginalized. They don't want it to be held against them. There are people who've been doing this for years and never look back for anything in return. And there are others you just see just popping out of nowhere and reaping all the benefits. How could that be fair? How can that be fair? So it's like every time I listen to Middle Finger, I'm like, it's like people get into places and it's like, yes, it's my time now. My turn now. And nothing about love. So just stick to the agenda and cut out this old love and redoing it. It's not no love. When you love something, you don't do that. You don't act the way you do. And nothing to do about love. The pettiness, the jealousy, for what? Tony Moscow says sometimes what we may say will not affect us directly, but will definitely affect the people associated to us. So to protect them, remain. But that is not even. How is it ever going to get better if people are afraid to speak, And you have to literally muzzle your own self. And he says all artists and DJs cannot have the same price. You cannot charge Lavaman price and don't bring out Lavaman numbers. Then you shouldn't book them. You book who you want. But to me, long as you book an artist, you book an artist. We need to stop with this better, this one better, this one more, this one less. You book who you think. Everybody has their crowd. Everybody has their fan. So if you're looking at names that will bring people to your event, then do that. But don't try to undermine the little ones. Like I said, it could be open for negotiation based on who it is, but you need to have something to work with. Not everybody have their own little thing going on. Says there are artists who don't get credit in Grenada, and only when they travel and start to perform that then they get a break. Danny, I'm so amazed that no one is questioning that individual. Here comes the same thing, they're building homes here in Lago. I don't know about that one, but what I can say is, Brent says sometimes it's just better to watch them fly. Ugly never lasts. The world is round. It is round. It's not flat. It's not square. It's round. Everything always comes full circle. But it just seems sometimes that it takes a long time. Because when they get and dig their claws into something, they don't let go. It's like a fight to get them out. It says artists and DJs responsible for themselves. If you're providing a quality service, then set your price, present your contract, and stand up for what you're worth. That's my sentiment exactly. Artists need to start being more serious about their craft. And not just give me something. A man contact you to perform on his event. What's your fee? Um, I know, you give me something now. Then you go, you sing your soul case out, you jump up and down, you sweat. Sometimes you don't even own a vehicle. You pay a my brethren to bring you to the event. You might go and get a little shirt to put on. And then when event done, the man give you something. When you open it, you probably see a two glasses man. And then you're telling the man he disrespectful. What kind of thing is that? The man asks you your price. You give your price. If he could afford to book you, he book you. He can't, he can't. But stop telling people, give me something. Stop undervaluing yourself. Your price is 500. Your price is 500. Promoter checks you. Such is the price. If you in a position to lower it, you can. But have a price. Stop with the give me something. I mean, give me something to hold. You can't do that. You can't with this give me something. You need to start getting serious about your craft if you want people to take you seriously. Somebody writes a song for you, produces a song for you, black and white. Who has the rights? What are the terms and conditions? How much do I owe you? I pay you. My song is mine. We move on. Anything I make from said song, it's mine. Nobody's coming to claim song. Nobody's coming out of the woodwork saying that is my song. I produced that song. I recorded that song. I wrote that song. And all sort of confusion. So now, as an artist, your focus should be on bookings and flying out. You have to stress about who did what and who and do what. Sort out your business. Carnival is no. Did y'all go on Bungie's page and read Bungie and Nadia Batson and all these people? Read their messages, read their statuses about Grenada's Carnival and the artists. Did y'all see that? So they're coming here and feeding off our energy and our vibes, putting it in their own songs and running with it. And we're here playing the royal with something other people are seeing. And it's like we're blind and we can't see it ourselves. When you have Super Blue commenting, when will, Soca Monarch be like this in Trinidad? Bungie can't stop talking about Grenada and the events and the fetes they went to and, the artists and the energy that they put out. And we're here playing the beast with the big S. I don't get it. All these artists came here for one reason to witness and see for themselves. What is it that makes Grenada different? Where they get that energy from? You see all kind of influencer, all kind of TikToker, all kind of YouTuber, all kind of Instagrammer, everybody in awe. Where y'all get, is this something y'all can bottle and sell to other islands? We've been to other islands and y'all energy and vibe and music is just different. And we're just here sitting back as usual, just riding the wave merrily, merrily down the stream. We don't even take our own selves seriously. We don't even take our own product seriously. Other people are coming in and recognizing it. Says Voice spoke about Grenada on his live show. Man, I missed it. Is it still up on his when was that? Those guys love Grenada. They don't even have to look over their shoulder, over their back. They're just here having a good time. Nobody's bothering them, harassing them. They love the food, love the rum, love the energy, love the music. I need to go check his show out. I think he usually saves it on his page. I'll check later on. I wanna hear his take on it. But I know for sure I saw Bungie and I saw Nadia, going on about it. I saw them going on about it. They just loved it. They just had the most amazing time, and we're still here, sitting here, like we're in awe of our own selves, like we're just like Alice in Wonderland. We need to get the product right. Artists need to get serious about their craft, about your fees you charge, but who owns rights to your songs, who whether they wrote it, produced it, have it in black and white, the terms and conditions. If you need to pay people for their songs, pay them for it so you're free to do whatever you wish with your song without it being entangled in some bacchanal or some confusion and who say this and who say I did this and I did that and when song busts. Because nobody knows how far a song will go until it actually goes there. When a man releases a song, it's always with the intention for it to get big. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't, sometimes it hits, sometimes it miss. So you have to be prepared. Those who said they don't live in Grenada said they would speak good of the country. What does living in Grenada or not living in Grenada have to do? Even more reason for them to say it exactly as it is, because they don't live here. They don't owe us no allegiance. They don't owe us nothing. So I don't think they would need to lie or hide, or if you don't live here, even more reason for you to be honest about your encounter or your experience. Even more reasons for them to do that, So I'm not sure I get the point of they don't live in Grenada, say they would speak good of the country. Even more reason for them not to, because they don't live here. They don't owe us anything. They paid to come do whatever they have to do. They got booked. They came, they performed. They could have take the money and run the same time. They stayed a couple of days. They stayed at hotels. They were in events. They were in mass. They were in mass bands. They were just everywhere. Because I saw Bungie, Faye, and Nadia, Lyrical, and others at Soca Monarch. I Jackie, see why I tell you need to go back in your country, because since you reach is just back now. What's Auntie Pat number? I need Auntie Pat number for her to tell you time for you to go home. Go home, Jackie. Go home. But yeah, when it's good, it's good. Because I did saw a couple who made mention of the service, and I think it's something we can all agree on, that our customer service is lacking in some places, and it's something we have to work on. I saw a couple people speaking on, the customer service at some places. Not everybody. It wasn't across the board, because they did say at some places they had different experiences. It was really good at some places, and in other places it was no. It wasn't all that. So again, just want to remind artists, managers, DJs, everybody offering a product or a service to please be more professional about it. Have everything in black and white. Stop with the give me something, whatever you give me. And then when they give you something, you're upset. Brent says artist management is a serious business. Every time the Cultural Foundation has tried to get them to attend workshops, etc., poor attendance. I remember Vaughn, Shot Pre, Looney Sparks, Inspector Rootsman, these people will attend. So we need to have more of those. And a manager, there's a difference between manager and a booking artist. Because when you have a manager, it is somebody that you have to respect, one, and two, you're willing to listen to. They guide you from the way you look, from your appearance to your booking. You get booked and nobody should come to you. Your artist, your manager will make sure everything is taken care of, and all you have to do is show up. You don't have to worry about where you're gonna stay, who's picking you up from the airport, who's doing this, who's doing that. None of that. You're managed. So they take that pressure away from you. Only thing you have to do is be on that stage and perform. Somebody who answers the phone when a promoter is looking for you to attend an event to say, I'm looking for John Thomas to be at my event, so and so. How much was your fee for that? You can be the chief cook but washer. And the people who are signing up for the position of manager should know what the term means and know how to do it effectively. Should be able to make contacts and not necessarily just wait for a man to call you to book your artist. You build your client's portfolio. A man books him for him show. Hey, here is my artist picture. I want this picture to go. Not tell a man go on YouTube, Instagram, or go on Facebook and see what picture you get there. You say to your artist, listen, you have a photo shoot scheduled for tomorrow for this year. Not to walk with about 2-3 different outfits because we're going to use these images for the rest of 2023. Walk with 3 outfits. This one, that one. Professional photo shoot. Somebody books you. This is what I want my artist to look like on your flyer. I seen some flyers with artists and I'm looking at the artist and I'm like, but I don't look like you. Like when you used to take out picture with Motorola and Razr phone and banger, you're looking at the photo and it looks nothing like the current artist that sometimes had locks back then. Now they cut their hair, picture still on flyer with them with locks in their head and all kind of nonsense. That is what managers do. Your stylist, your publicist, right, brands? Your image builder, your brand developer, your negotiator, you build, the person's their songs. You can set forward the whole library, the whole catalog of songs. You make sure they show up on their own time. You make sure they look the part. Okay, John, you're wearing this to this event tomorrow. He ain't have to go in the closet and I know what I must put on, boy, and just pull a jersey and throw on with a trick-quarter pants and you're on stage. And you let him walk past you to go on said stage with a jersey and a piece of short pants and a sneakers in his foot. No, you say to him, tomorrow, Saturday, you book for an event. Give me a rundown as to what you have in your closet, or let me provide this, let me get this for you. You're going to wear this to that event, blah, blah, blah. The business is growing. Carnival is no longer seasonal. There's something happening everywhere for the next couple of weeks. Notting Hill, Labor Day, Miami. The only time you might get a breather, then we still have what with that Uber thing. Is that still on? You might get a breather for a couple of days and then up the road again. So for the entire year, you have activities. So you can't just be vikey about it and just relaxed about it and just, no. Time for you to up the ante. Time for you to see this as, okay, this is a business. Sean Jones asked, how does artists choose their manager? I know. I'm not sure how someone becomes a manager. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Brands, that's a good suggestion. Vaughn and Mr. Killer should have a session with the guys here. They can include Dexter Mitchell, Akira Patterson, Ollie Gill, Sheila Harris. We have resources, let's use it. Yes, they can. So in the next couple of days, we can, have sessions like that and prepare them for the next season. Do a nice little photo shoot. Listen, you have someone bad phone these days, you could take out a nice photo shoot, get a plain wall with them bad phone you all have, and you do your own photo shoot if you can't afford to get a professional one. All little children know how to use graphics on their phone to make pictures look good. Get your little brother, your cousin, or somebody to fix it up and clean it up for you. Stand against a bare wall, something, some bare background or something. Change your clothes. It doesn't even have to be a full body shot, like a half. Because sometimes the flyers have a lot of it, so you don't even need your whole body, just your face. Fix up all yourself, na man. Come, na man. No, let's do like Patrick Manning said. We can't afford to J editing all the time. We've come too far to still be having this conversation. Yeah. So it is my hope that moving forward that we can do better. All right. So on that note, I think I've said enough for today. Who here tell the others? Someone says someone wait for an artist to make a hit song to be their manager. Well, you know how we can be as humans, take advantage of situations. But I do believe managers have their place because artists can be everything and can't be everywhere. I think there's a serious need for proper management. You know, build relationships. You can call a promoter and say, can I get my artist on this event? Not just sit and wait for a promoter to reach out to you. If nobody reaches out to your artist and get going nowhere. Do something. All these guys are interested in money and they think money doing alone is business and managing. That's why we see others are striving and doing well because they understand what they need to do to see growth and development. And it's true. That is true. You know, so the fact that you eat speaking all the time and the change says, what about some of us? Let's get it together, guys. All right, so I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time. Thanks so much for checking in. Happy Monday. I'm gonna get ready for Pretty Mass. Later, guys.